Good evening. Welcome to the is a special meeting of the Groseal Township Board. We'll start it with a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start out, public comment, 3 minutes. State your name and where you live. Anybody? We have none. So, I'm sorry. You have some?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Della, Bialy, 9259 Paulina. Lieutenant Pellin, I truly urge you to select him for our next chief of police. There is no one better suited for the job, no one who cares more about Groseal and the residents here. I'm so sad at the way things have gone in the past meetings. I'm happy to make this a public comment. That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much. No one else. We'll move to additions, deletions. I will start with we're going to delete our closed session tonight based on our meeting Monday. Any comment on that? Second. Thank you. Now any comment on that? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. The closed session is deleted. Any other additions or deletions?
Yes,
Okay, Mike?
I wanted to change the one remaining action item.
Okay.
I'd like to break it down into two action items. First, the Groseal Township Board here.
You don't need the
Support?
Support.
You need support. You don't have to give us the what the actual action item, just what they are.
I support.
You're breaking them down into one for the chief, one for the deputy chief.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay. Any comment on that? Hearing none, is it? You got any comment?
No,
Okay.
we're good.
Then, hearing none, all in favor of adding the second, breaking down that into two? Go ahead.
The order's important.
Okay.
So, first to promote Lieutenant Ken Pellin to Deputy Chief.
Okay, so you want to do the deputy first.
Second, Sergeant Doug Carmack to Chief of Police.
Okay, so deputy first and chief second. Okay.
And the chief is a hire? Or- okay.
It's not gonna, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
make any difference. It is, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Again, all in favor of making that change, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that's what we have. And with that, Mike, I will let you go ahead with action item number 1.
So the recommendation is Groseal Township Board hereby approves Lieutenant Ken Pellin to Deputy Chief effective immediately.
Support? Comments?
Comments, the history, I think everybody knows it. I think everyone knows that for the past year or so, the commission has done what it is supposed to do. It's brought forth the best candidates it possibly could based on what we felt was in the long-term best interest of the community. A lot of those recommendations have been turned down, okay? And so as a commission, it is incumbent upon us, based on the parameters that the board puts upon us, to come up with the best possible alternative that they may accept. What I have before you tonight is that. I have the best possible alternative. And in the combination of these two action items, I think Groseal Township will be in a great place. Okay, it may not be my first choice, but they'll be in a great place. It'll be a great team, and everyone needs to get behind them. It's time to move forward. We have done everything that I think that anyone could ask us to do, but what we have here tonight is the best possible outcome based upon the world that we live in. And so that's my history. If anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Okay. Other comments or questions?
I believe politics are innately pragmatic, and well, some people operate from idealism. Sometimes it requires realism, as Trustee Jarecki had said. We've been without a police chief for a year. We need a police chief.
This is the deputy.
We need a deputy chief. And in regard to both these action items, I think this is the best conciliatory action we can take for our community and for the police commission. And I've supported our commission system from the start, and I always take seriously their recommendations, and I take seriously their recommendations tonight. So I support this action item and the subsequent one.
Other comments or questions?
Mr. Supervisor, I too support the, both of these motions. I believe
Carl, there's only
I
one.
understand, to echo what Jameson was saying. I agree that this is in the best interest of everyone, that Ken Pellin be made the deputy chief. I think he is outstanding. He has been a very good employee, lieutenant, sergeant, and road patrol before that. I agree with what Mike has said about moving up. I think he has a lot of tools that he brings to the job, and I look forward to him working with the entire management team, and I'm glad that we're able to put this behind us. And I do think, along with what Mike said, it is an absolute best possible result, and I support it wholeheartedly.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. Anybody else? Joe?
If I can just, obviously, I think these three gentlemen said it all. But one thing I had just had a question on, Jim, on the actual action item itself is when or shouldn't we have the range or the scale or the pay that they are going to get? Or is that decided?
We do have that. It doesn't have to be in the motion.
Do they know that? Does
They will, if they are promoted, they will get that information.
you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind
I
of,
know.
not to say they're not going to take it, but you could slide them in at 42 grand, and does he have a choice?
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, I got you. All right, I'm just making
They're
sure.
not, they're not taking your pay away. You're 42.
Better not.
Other comments?
I'd like to offer up Carl's 42.
Yeah.
It's on top.
Okay. Now we got 84. That's good. And I think everybody here so far has said. I had comments. There's a I had a balancing act on this deputy, not because of the individual. He's a good individual. He's a good candidate. Just from how it was done. Procedurally, and I had to weigh that myself against what it comes down to is what is best for the community at this time, and doing something a little different, not following a procedure, can be done by this board simply by a majority vote. And it's perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with it. So I, too, support this action. With that, no other comments? So the motion before us is the Groseal Township Board hereby approves Lieutenant Ken Pellin to Deputy Chief effective immediately. We'll do a roll call vote. Joe?
Aye.
Jameson?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Uda?
Aye.
Carl?
Aye.
Mr. Mike?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Lieutenant Pellin, you are now Deputy Chief Pellin. Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
Second recommendation, the Groseal Township Board hereby further approves the promotion of Sergeant Douglas Carmack to Groseal Township Chief of Police effective immediately.
Support?
Support.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Joe supported that. I don't, quite truthfully, I don't know that any more has to be said about this, but if anybody has any comments on the board?
I would just like to reinforce what I said earlier. We've done the best that we can as a commission, within the parameters we can work in. And I really do believe that we need to move forward. And let the past be the past, and let's make the best situation we possibly can out of this new team, new management team. And I hope that we can return to having meetings like we used to have 3 years ago when Joe Porcherelli was the chief of police. And we could sit down, have open discussion, good dialogue, good exchange of ideas, no politics involved, no pride and authorship involved, just trying to get to the best solution for the community long term. I'm pretty confident we have a team that can do that.
Other comments?
Jim, just
Yes.
one.
Sure.
Doug, I know you're back there. I just want to say that I fully respect you. We went through this last night, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone work together and move this place forward. It's long overdue, and I just want to thank you for hanging in there and your family. And I also want to say Ken couldn't make it tonight. Mr. Bletcher told me that he had a family outing or a commitment, but to both of them, your wives, your children, your family, you hung in there, and I thank you for that, both of you. And I think it's time we move on, we move forward, and we start giving the people of Groseal the service that they deserve and that they should have out here. Thanks, Doug. And thanks, Ken. I know you're not listening, but thank you also.
Other comments? Not seeing any. We have a motion. The Groseal Township Board hereby further approves the promotion of Sergeant Douglas Carmack to Groseal Township Chief of Police effective immediately. Mike, I'll start with you.
Yes.
Carl?
Aye.
Yeah?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Jameson?
Aye.
And Joe?
Aye.
And I vote aye. It's unanimous. We have Sergeant Douglas Carmack is now Chief of Police on Groseal. Doug, would you like to come up and say something? Would you? Yeah. Congratulations, Doug.
Thank you for everybody. Thank you for the nice words. Ken and I have been talking a lot over the last couple weeks, as you guys know. It has been easy, but thank you. I'm not gonna make this a big speech, but this thank you for both of us. It's ended. That's it.
We look forward to working with you, sir.
A lot of work to do.
And Ken, if you are listening, congratulations to you. Certainly.
I'm sorry, my mic was off. Do we need as a board now, obviously we have, if I understand it, we do have a position in the management area that is open, or no? Now that if both are moved up, and does the township need to tell the police commission now to set up some kind of interview
Well,
process?
yeah,
or-
we need to wait about 2 weeks to do that because it's in the new budget that for.
Okay.
Yep, that, and we'll talk to them and they can get it started. You know, but we
Just
can't
wanted to make sure.
until the next budget.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All we have left is a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much for coming, everybody.
Okay.